Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be slightly different because I'm going to be talking with my bridal coaching hat on. So you may know that I am a life coach, but I am also a bridal coach. You may be wondering what that is. If you are, have a look at my website, which is georginalucy.com. It's all linked below, because if I get into that now, the video is going to be really long and I'm trying to keep it nice and short and snappy to give you brides 3 top tips for having the most wonderful wedding experience, which means the lead up to the wedding and the day itself. So let's get into the top tips. Okay, so tip number 1, avoid the perfectionist trap. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos or if you're following me online, you will know that perfectionism is something that I struggle with, continuously struggle with actually. I am making some breakthroughs, but it's a long old journey, let me tell you. So have a look at one of my other videos, which again, I will link that below. But when it comes to weddings, the temptation is to aim and strive for perfection. And why not? Of course, it's your wedding day. You want it to be as brilliant as it can possibly be. But when we're constantly striving for perfection, so when I say perfection, I mean everything being just so, everything running on time, everybody's outfits looking absolutely perfect, everything matching, and all of those things. When we start to get wrapped up in that, it can get really stressful. And then the worst thing is you feel like everything's perfect, but then on the day, something happens, just a small thing, but when you're wanting everything to be perfect, it's really frustrating if a small thing goes wrong. So be conscious of that in the lead up. Be thinking, okay, if that doesn't happen, that's fine. If that doesn't go quite to plan, that's absolutely fine. And if you go with that expectation, rather than the expectation that everything is going to be absolutely hunky-dory, it's going to be a better experience all round. Tip number 2, stay true to your vision. So when you get engaged, you'll very quickly, most likely, start to think of how you want your day to be. You will have your grand vision of what your wedding day looks like, whether that's abroad, whether it's a really intimate wedding, whether it's a massive wedding, whatever it is, you will have to some degree a vision of what that day looks like. I'm sure if you're a bride, you are on Pinterest and you are looking on Pinterest all the time. I'm sure you may have a vision board, a physical vision board, which you've got pinned up on your wall where you're putting snippets from magazines or inspiration that you come across along the way, and that's all fantastic. And what then happens after you've got this grand vision and you've got all your Pinterest boards and things like that is that you talk to lots of people, you go and look at lots of different sources, you get inspiration from everywhere, and then you start to get a bit confused about what your vision is. You start to get inspiration from so many different places that it becomes really overwhelming and really confusing. And before you know it, you've deviated from what your original vision was. And that can also happen when people are giving you their opinions. People love to give opinions when it comes to weddings, and that's great. Just know how to take things with a pinch of salt. If somebody's suggesting something and it just doesn't sit right with what your vision is for the wedding, that's okay. Remember that it's your wedding. Tip number 3, be a mindful bride. So mindfulness, it's a really big topic and I've done blog posts about it, so I'll link down below. I have also done a guest blog post actually, specifically about wedding day mindfulness, which I will also link down below if you want to read up, because mindfulness is a really great topic and something that's really, really helped me in my life. So when I say be a mindful bride, what I mean is live in the moment. So on the day itself, you can have so many things going on in your brain, but you want those to be all really positive things of you soaking up what's going on around you. What are the guests wearing? What does your husband to be look like, or your wife to be look like? What does the day smell like even? All of these things that you really want to notice on the day can be totally pushed aside because in your head you've got so much else going on. You're thinking, what time are the canapes going to come out? Oh my God, I don't think the DJ's arrived yet. All things like that, which you just don't need to be thinking about. Give that responsibility of worry to somebody else because this is your wedding day. Really take in those moments. So a really good way to do that is to just every so often throughout the day, just sit and look around you and really soak in what's going on. Take a moment with your other half on the wedding day to just take a step back, have a look at everybody having a really good time and think, we've done this because of us. We've got this amazing day, and look at everybody having fun. So just take that moment, live in the moment on that day, because you don't want that to be a day where you've just been in your own head worrying and thinking about, okay, we've done that, what's next? You want to be enjoying it, so soak it up. Hashtag soak it all up. That is one of my really big things when it comes to wedding days. It's so important, it's so easily forgotten, and at the end of the day, so much work has gone into creating this wedding day. If you don't enjoy it, what's the point? So hopefully all these tips have been helpful for you. Check out the links that I've mentioned down below. Hit subscribe and also hit the little bell as well, because I think that gives you the notification when a new video has gone up. I believe that is the case. And follow me on social media. I'm at Georgina Lucy Coach over on Facebook and on Instagram. And do feel free to get in touch with me. If you're a bride and you would like some help with anything, you'd like me to do a video on something specific, let me know and I'll put it on my list. Hope you enjoyed and have the most amazing experience planning a wedding and the most brilliant wedding day itself. Bye!